Hi, I'm Barbara Klontz, Zumba Education Specialist for Zumba Fitness. I'm here at the Zumba Instructor Convention. We're about to go into the Zumba Wear store. We're going to check out some of the new styles and talk about how to cut shirts so they look good on you. Come on, let's go. So when you're shopping for shirts and you're thinking about cutting up and making new fashions, you want to think of a couple things first. Number one, what type of body do I have? Do you have assets you want to show off and accentuate? Or do you have something that you want to hide and de-emphasize? You cut out the top.
I made it a halter top.
And then you also braided the back. I'm going to show you as many techniques as I can on this one. We're going to start off with a real easy cut. It's important to remember that this shouldn't be scary. It's just fabric. So we're going to take our shirt and we're just going to show a little bit of skin. So we're going to go close to the side seam and we're going to open up that seam and just eyeball right about straight down from the strap. And then just lay the shirt so that it looks straight. Then you're going to take your scissors. It's really important to have sharp scissors. Dull scissors will give you a jagged line, and they'll be really frustrating to work with. You're just going to start wherever you think it's good. If you don't have a logo, you can go as high as you want, but remember, those slits will be right across your chest. So make sure that that's okay with you and that you've got something underneath that will show through and it be appropriate or something that you're comfortable with. So let's go ahead and make our first cuts. No need for a ruler unless you really want one, but you're just going to take your scissors and go straight across. Now, if we want to be modest, you're going to do a small slit, no bigger than 1.5 inches. We're going to go approximately 1/2 inch to 1 inch between them. I like to use my thumb, and I go 1 thumb's width. And then we just do this all the way down the side, and we end up with something fun, funky, and a little modest. This was the first cut I learned how to do while I was still learning to figure out how I liked it, and I was losing a little bit of weight. Now, when you cut it first, it's not going to look fabulous. You can wash it and get the look we're looking for, or if you just rub your hand over the top of it a few times, it'll start to curl up, and you'll get a more used look out of the fabric. One easy thing is to turn this from a tank to a halter. We can cut the strings right off back here, tie them around your neck, and change the way the shirt fits. Now, if you like the racer back, but you really rather would have a tank top or a halter top, because the halter top, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, looks good on just about everybody. Woo! Yeah, it's really the most flattering type of top. So what we can do is come straight across from the armpit, right at the center seam, and then you're just going to cut it straight across. It's also important to remember the kind of fabric you're working with. The more elastic in the shirt, the better the cuts will look. The more cotton in the shirt, the more difficult it will be to get a tight rolled look to your slits. So you want to make sure that you've got the right blend of fabric for the type of cutting you're doing. Now that we've cut across the back on the top, at that little armpit seam on both sides, just give it a little cut. And now we've released the racer back from the rest of the shirt. At this point, I just like to make a cut straight across, say right above the tag. And we are most of the way to our halter top. The last thing we need to do is decide how big of a neck we want. I like just a little bit more space around the neck of the shirt, so I make a little nick and I cut right around the inside collar that they've sewn on. Now you can just follow this shape exactly and it'll just open up the shirt a little bit. When you're cutting around the neck of the shirt, if it's your first time, you might want to follow the shape of the shirt. However, if it's your second or third shirt, you can start to shape the neck however you like. You can continue around in an oval shape, or my personal favorite with a tank top is a V-cut. The V-cut gives you a little more style, and it also accentuates the, oh God. I don't want to say neckline. It accentuates the neckline. We've cut along one side. We've got the tip of our V. We can come up on the other. Now, if you're talented, you can do the backhand upwards cut. Otherwise, manipulate the shirt to work for you. All right, the last piece of business here is to cut at the top so we can tie the halter behind our necks. Often this is way too much fabric. You can measure it out for yourself, and then you've got the tie to your halter top. This tank right here is the one that I'm wearing. Love the tank. I'm very tall with broad shoulders, so I opened up the neck to give me a little more space. And love the colors and our new bra that came out, so I cut the back so that we could see the bra through the shirt. If you'd like something a little more form-fitting, you can cut right down the center of the shirt. Now here's my technique for cutting down the center. I line up the side seams evenly from armpit to waist. I hate rulers. I always travel with scissors. They're in my Zumba bag at all times, so I can bust them out whenever necessary, including 5 seconds before class starts. And I never carry a ruler, chalk, pen, pencil, none of that. So it's nice to be able to make a straight cut without any help. Once you've lined up the seams, top and bottom, armpit to waist, again, I use my thumb for a guide, and we cut across. Now, this is how we do slits all the way down the back. If you're not interested in doing slits and want a tighter fit, we can cut a nice little piece, come down, and then we'll do another piece. And this, of course, you can do all the way down the back. Once we've done that, we cut these in the center, and then we can tie them in the back and make it as tight as you like. The more space you cut out between our tabs, the more skin will show. The less space, the less skin will show, and you'll see pretty little knots with a lot of ruched fabric and very little skin. So it's up to you again. Use your fashion, use your style, cut for your body type. She's done the same thing here. So she cut across the top to create the back of the halter, cut down the center, and then cut out tabs and tied them together. Now, how long have you had this shirt, Bernadette?
Quite a long time.
Quite a while, several weeks, maybe a month or longer? Months, maybe a year?
Yes, a year.
And you wash it. Did the ties ever come out?
No.
No, they stay very well. In the front, she gave us that V-top to the halter that we cut on our pink shirt. And if you come down, you remember how I did these on one side to be modest? Bernadette's worked really hard. There's nothing to be modest about. So what she did was cut those same slits across the front on all 4 sides. Now to do this to make it look even, we fold it in half so the side seams touch. Then you fold it over again, and if you cut along all the folds, you'll have 4 even lines, evenly spaced, no rulers, no measuring, no nothing. If you're looking for some resources to get started, then you want a book called 108 Ways to Transform a T-Shirt. It's by a company called Generation T, and it's available on the internet and in craft stores.
Fitness instructor from Utah. And I'm also a Zumba Jammer, which is their new program that they've launched to help Zumba instructors build the choreography. An owner of a gym in Utah asked me if I'd heard about Zumba Fitness, and I hadn't. So I took a class and immediately got hooked. It was a fire lit under me, and it's been 2 years later and a whole closet full of Zumba clothes later. And it's been an awesome experience.
In North and South Carolina. I started taking a class at my gym, fell in love immediately. My instructor told me I should go get trained, and so I did, and here I am.
I got into Zumba Fitness because a friend took me to a class, and ever since then I've been hooked on Zumba Fitness.
Well, I got involved in Zumba Fitness because I was training kickboxing, and they opened a Zumba class in my gym. So I was curious about what Zumba was, so I just went to the class and I love it. I was ecstatic. I was like, I want to do this. It's just having fun, it's the party. I mean, you know, in kickboxing or whatever, you gotta be like really serious and just focus and thinking how you're going to hit the other person. And this one just having fun.
You know what? People all over the place are doing these steps from the, I don't know, what the frick.
This is Tanya.
Still rolling. Here we go, guys.
People are doing Zumba Fitness.
Wait, this is Tanya?
This is Beto, but we went way too soon on that.
It's pathetic. It's really bad. We need to repeat again.
Consistency is key.
This is Tanya.
Just keep going. You'll eventually pick up on it. Any movement, don't cut me off.
Here's Priscilla. 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, sorry. Ready? You know, I'm not...
Action. Okay, here is Priscilla Hashim.
Cut.
Hey guys, so I'm bringing you guys the
Again, one more time, yeah. What is obrigado?
What's the question?
Welcome to Rush. This is a fast, high-energy 20-minute workout. On the menu, you'll notice 2 viewing options. Learn It is the easiest to follow with plenty of verbal cues to help you follow the steps. Feel It is the same video, but with no verbal cues. So once you're familiar with the moves, you can just follow along with what you see and get lost in the music. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started.